cantar el rey David.
Buenas tardes. You like my singing, huh? Well, why shouldn't you? We're natural-born singers. By the way, my name is Angel, and I am a very exceptional character. Very exceptional. But you say to yourself, the janitor, what can be exceptional? A Chicano janitor that never worries a day in his life. Sure, just give him a pot of beans, a toss in the hay, a jug of wine. He's happy. Hey, you want to know something? A janitor is damn important. Now just give it a thought. You know, every day, every night, we gotta follow your act. That's right. We gotta clean up the lousy mess you leave. Yeah, pick up the pieces, wipe up the dirt so you can start all over again tomorrow. Well, I am the head janitor for the whole damn building. Yeah. Actually, I run this place. All 86 floors, top to bottom. But this is not my story. Maybe you should meet a couple of our important characters, huh? Well, at least they think they're important. And maybe they even act like it. But don't let them put you on. They're no bigger or better or worse than you are. Well, give or take a few pesos. So, let's get this enchilada on the road, huh? Hey, you two, come out of the elevator. Start tracking up my clean floor. The one on the left is Mr. Peter Jameson, the president of the company. The other one is Brian Conley. He's up and coming fast. Buenas tardes, Mr. Jameson. Mr. Conley. See? All mouth, no eyes, no ears. That's too bad. Today is really gonna cost them. They'll never make it through this day.
Insight. Stories of modern man's search for meaning, freedom, love, insight.
How do we grow and develop and begin to live fully? It's not a simple process, but the goals we select and the values we choose are of crucial importance. It's a basic fact of our psychic existence. We become what we decide to live for. If we live for that which is less than ourselves, for things like pleasure and power and money, then we degrade ourselves and become less than human. If, on the other hand, we live for that which is more than ourselves, for the God who is the loving ground of our being, then we begin to share his life, and we become God-like. In God, we find our true selves and the real meaning of our existence. And in God, we experience our oneness with all other men. But where do we find God? And how do we relate to him?
Well, thanks for lunch. It's going to take me 2 hours at the gym to work off that cake.
How did you know it was my birthday?
Well, there's a cute little number in personnel. Oh, so you took her out for a few drinks after work, and she gave you the whole package.
Yeah, that too.
Is that what I taught you? Taking advantage of an innocent clerk?
Now, Pete, I remember everything you've taught me, especially your lecture on principles. You file them under P, right?
I'm making you feel like Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, Pete, would you check over my layout? I'm making the presentation to the board in the morning.
The right kind of flattery will get you everywhere.
Your phone messages, Mr. Conley. Your wife left 2 numbers where she could be reached.
I'll have to call her back later.
Mr. Templeton called 3 times. He says it's quite urgent. He wants to see you as soon as possible.
Not now.
Well, I'm impressed, Hotshot. This is going to knock the board members flat on their cans. Of course, you realize these fancy glass bottles are going to cost more than the stuff we pour into them.
Does that bother you?
A bit. Rule of thumb. Consumers believe their eyes, but their ears believe whatever you tell them.
Almost sounds dishonest, doesn't it?
I prefer clever. An old ad manager once told me, if the end doesn't justify the means, then what the hell does?
That doesn't give you sleepless nights?
When I was younger, did a bit. Not often anymore. That's why I adopted you. Been kicks watching you grow. Watching you push, smile, sweat, work, anything to reach the top of the heap. That's where you're gonna land, hotshot. No question about it. You have a chance to set a record. To be the youngest vice president in the history of the company.
Now, wait a minute, Pete. Vice president? Now, you're putting me on, aren't you?
I've already talked to the key members on the board. The fix is in. It's gonna mean a lot more work, and a little more money.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Conley, but Mr. Templeton is here.
I'm busy. I'll buzz when I finish.
Yes, sir.
Think I'll duck out the side corridor. Hate to see a grown man cry.
Pete, listen, I know words won't say it, but thank you.
For what?
Well, how about it? You believe me? I really do run this joint. But him? Forget it. He's in no shape to see or even hear me. He's all wrapped up in himself. Yeah, right now, he's the center of creation. He's just giving the universe a few days to reorganize and do what it's supposed to do. Start revolving around him.
Taylor,
Yes, sir.
you can send Templeton in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Dave, you said it was urgent. What's the problem?
You know damn well, this memo you sent me this morning, I want an explanation.
I think I made it perfectly clear you're fired.
Fired for what? For obeying orders?
Look, I don't want to debate the issue. If you feel you've been treated unfairly, then hike yourself upstairs and talk to the VP and personnel.
You got to him first. You know, I can make a lot of trouble for you. I mean it.
Dave, you blew it, and you blew it badly. There's no room on my staff for screw-ups.
Who gave orders for this alleged screw-up?
I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend.
I'm talking about Sally Conrad, who owns that lovely little chain of 53 department stores across the country. You wanted a special promotion contract from her, and you called me and ordered me, I repeat, ordered me, to wine, dine, and romance the hell out of her. You said specifically, Dave, do whatever you have to do, but just get her to sign those contracts. Now, that's what I did. I got the contract signed. What more can you ask?
Two things. Caution and common sense. Enough caution to avoid being caught by Sally's husband and a private detective in the bedroom of her hotel suite. And enough sense to lie about your name and any remote connection with this company.
There was nothing I could do. They had me nailed.
Oh, come on, Dave. When a man has to, he can lie his way out of anything.
Even to his wife and kids.
Well, that's not my problem.
I'll say it again. You dump me, and I'll make it your problem.
Be my guest.
You know, I don't believe you. I did my job. I got the contract signed. I did what I was supposed to do.
That's right, Dave. And you only made one mistake. You got caught.
Mr. Conley, meet the 3 finalists in our Empress Diana contest.
Well, ladies, how are you? Pleasure to meet you. That'll be all, Taylor. I'd like each of you to introduce yourselves. Tell me your first name, your age, and where you're from.
My name is Barbara. I'm 23, and I'm from San Francisco.
I'm Debbie. I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Oak Park, Illinois.
Okay.
My name is Mary Ellen. I'm 21, and I'm from Buffalo, New York.
All right. Would you ladies turn around, please? Okay, turn around. Barbara, would you stay here, please, and would you wait in reception? Thank you. Well, well, well. Bambara. Congratulations, you're in.
All of a sudden, I don't know what to say.
Well, how about, thank you, for starters?
Thank you.
So, everybody's got a game to play, right? Sure. Right now, she thinks she's really got it made. So does he. Do you know what she won for just looking pretty? A brand new car, $5,000 cash, new clothes, rent-free apartment near the office. Trouble is, a deal like that, who bothers to read the fine print? If she did, she'd know she was getting robbed. Adios, pretty girl. Be happy. Speaking of happy, take Mr. Jameson. Now, he's rich, he's a very important man, and today's his birthday. Well, they're gonna give him a big party. Hey, that ought to make him happy. Don't you think?
Okay, troops, you ready? Let's hear it. Let's hear it big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who are we for? Jameson! 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 4. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. That nobody can deny. That nobody can deny. That nobody can deny. 4. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. That nobody can deny.
Pete, you all right? Pete. What? Oh. What?
Excuse me for interrupting, gentlemen. I was wondering if Mr. Jameson was ready to... Oh, dear God.
Close the door.
What do you want me to do? Shall I call an ambulance?
Forget that.
We just can't stand here. We've got to do something.
Now, look, send them home. Tell them they've got the afternoon off.
How can I explain it to them?
Tell them he got a call and he had to leave. Why?
Like I told you up front, every 24 hours, we gotta pick up the pieces.
What are you doing here?
I heard something terrible. He was your friend. What happened?
Why would he do something like this? He had everything. Everything.
What's everything?
A beautiful house, a staff of servants, a Alfa Romeo custom-built Maserati.
Very impressive.
100-acre stud farm upstate, a 60-foot racing sloop. Everything. Everything you could want.
Poor man. A family?
I had a wife and 3 kids. Had the best education money could buy.
His poor wife.
I'll have to try to find her. She spends most of her time traveling.
And the kids?
I don't know. They're scattered around somewhere. He didn't talk about them much. Why? Why?
Sure couldn't be this, could it?
Brookhurst Kennels. Major died.
Who?
Major, his dog, his favorite. He's a champion, had a wall full of blue ribbons. He loved that old dog.
Does that make sense? A man kills himself because his dog dies?
Then why?
I'm sorry, sir, but Mrs. Conley would like to talk with you.
I'll have to call her back later.
But she's here, sir, in your office.
I'll be right there.
Hello, Brian.
Fran. How are you?
I phoned a couple of times, but Taylor said you're not taking any calls. Heard about Pete. That's a terrible terrible shock. He was a good friend to you, wasn't he?
He helped me a lot. Can I fix you a drink?
No. No, thank you.
Oh. You have something on your mind.
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm leaving you, Brian. It's finished. I'm divorcing you.
When did you come to this momentous decision?
I've known it was over for nearly a year. I just didn't want... I wanted to stick it out. I wanted to make sure.
You didn't mention it. Not a word, not even a hint.
Oh, Brian, I mentioned it 100 times. In 100 different ways. You just weren't listening. Or seeing, or feeling. Oh, but then how could you? The only person in your life was you. Is you.
Fran, I can't believe you mean this. We've got a good marriage.
Oh, we do not have a good marriage. We've got no marriage at all. You tell me, where is the giving and the sharing? Oh, no. It's dead. So let's give it a decent burial. Here are the papers. Well, I didn't want to send them registered mail. I think more of you than that.
Thanks, that's damned considerate of you.
Oh, come on, Brian. Let's make it easy on everyone, all right? Let's not turn this into one of our back alley brawls.
Fran, this has just been about the worst day of my life. I'm so strung out. Hey, look, I know we can make it work. I know we can. Just wait until I get home and get my head cleared of all this.
When would that be?
This weekend, probably.
This weekend? That's what you said last week. And the week before that. And the week before that.
I was home last weekend.
You were on the phone. You weren't with us.
Fran, you know what problems I've had to work
Brian,
out.
we're part of your problems. When was the last time that you spent a weekend with your children? Or with me? No, Brian, it's gone on too long. Far too long.
Fran, listen to me. There are just so many hours in a day. I've had to keep hacking at this job. I've had to think of the future, not just my future, but your future, the kids' future. Now, for your information, I'm about to be promoted. I'm going to be the youngest vice president in the history of this company.
Congratulations.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this mess. Who is he?
What?
Now, don't give me that wide-eyed innocence of yours. I've lived with you for 10 years. I know you inside out.
So?
The other man. Who is he?
Oh, yes, I forgot. There always has to be another man, doesn't there? Well, I'm sorry. I can't oblige. There isn't one.
You can't lie worth a damn. Maybe I should have said, who are they, huh?
Bye, Brian.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Conley, before I leave?
Have they removed Pete's body yet?
Medical examiners are finishing up now. They should be clearing out shortly.
Good night, Taylor. See you in the morning.
Mr. Conley, I know what a god-awful day this has been for you, and I wouldn't bring it up at a time like this, but you do have that meeting with the board first thing in the morning, and, well, I think this could be important.
What?
It might just be office gossip, and then again, it might not. It's about Dave Templeton.
I fired Templeton. Why should I be interested?
His secretary has let it be known that she has a transcript of every telephone conversation you have had with him for the last 10 days.
Uh-huh.
Every time the two of you were on the phone together, she had a tape recorder going.
Well, well, well. And what do they plan to do with these tapes?
Mr. Templeton says he will make them available to the right party at the right time.
Well, Taylor, that's just a typical reaction of someone who has been fired. But thanks for keeping your ear to the ground.
You're welcome, sir. Good night.
He is strongest who stands most alone. Hey, Mr. Conley, don't tell me you really believe that. Huh? Mr. Conley.
Oh, it's you again.
Yeah.
Look, this place is a mess. How about cleaning it up, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. You bet your sweet life, sir. Hey, Pedro, this place is a mess. How about cleaning up this place, huh? You know something? I never get tired of hearing that. No, because it's always nice to feel needed, right?
I wouldn't know. Look, what are you doing still here? You only work days.
Oh, well, sometimes I stay around for an emergency.
What kind of an emergency?
You don't know?
Look, stop being cute now. What's happened?
Today, Mr. Conley, that's what happened. Today. Just like a flock of pigeons going by. It happened all over you. Talk about a mess. Oh, Mr. Conley, you are a first-class emergency.
I have had better days.
Oh, yes. Yes, you have been dumped on, amigo. You have been dumped on royally. And guess who the lead pigeon was?
Huh?
You, Mr. Conley. Yeah, you didn't see it in the beginning because, you know, too many dreams of glory floating around in your head. The big money, that's right. That was the carrot you went snapping after, right?
It wasn't just that. I wanted to do something. To create, to build, make a name for myself. I was ambitious. And you don't know the meaning of that word, do you?
Oh, sí, señor. Yo comprendo. But I also understand what goes with it. Yes, the traps along the way, the sucker bait, temptations, telling lies to yourself. And then the final cop-out, when ambition becomes greed. Yeah, then you get the fever and lose all your good sense.
Not the smart guys. They know how to play the game.
No. I know better, amigo. See, I've seen you come and go, armies of you, all tracking the same thing. Power, prestige, property. Yeah, you turn things into people and people into things. You buy them or use them, friends, strangers, anybody. And if they don't go along with you, why bother, huh? They're no damn good to you, so you throw them in the junk heap. Same goes for girlfriends, family, wife.
What about my wife? Have you been spying at the door?
Mr. Conley, I don't have to do dumb things like that. I thought you knew that by now.
I don't know anything by now. I'm beat. I'm strung out. Yeah, somewhere along the line, the old train went off the track, and I've got pieces of me Spread out for miles.
So? What's so bad about that? You just unloaded 20 years worth of junk.
Maybe. But it's my whole life.
Is that what you call living? No, that's 40-carat phony, plastic whipped cream. You'll find your real self, the real Brian Conley, when you let this bum die.
Die?
Yeah.
I've been walking around with this bum's name for 31 years. I don't know anything else. I feel naked. Alone, empty.
You're coming along fine. Yeah, sure there's pain. Lots of it. Let yourself feel it. Yeah, it always hurts when you die. But it hurts when you're born, too. Maybe that's what's happening now.
Who in hell are you? What do you want from me?
Just one thing. I want you to meet the real Brian Conley. Now, I give you my word. You're gonna like him. You know why?
No.
Because he's alive. I mean, really alive, because he's there, together, where it's at. Comprendes?
Sorry, I'm lost. I'm lost.
Yeah, that's all right for now. Just get up and follow me, huh? Come on.
Where do we find the real one?
Just follow. Hey, I might even introduce you to somebody when you're ready.
Who?
He's a relative. Hey, I guarantee you're gonna like him because he is first rate all the way. He's a lot like me.
You know, for a janitor, you've got a damned high opinion of yourself.
Why shouldn't I? Hey, I'm the head janitor. I've been raised up. Why should I put myself down?
You'll have to explain that to me sometime.
Nothing to explain, amigo. Yes, like they always say, amigo. Like father, like son. No, amigo. We go this way. Come on, amigo. This way.
Insight is a production of the Paulist Fathers, a group of Catholic priests who seek to share the good news of God's love with all their brothers and sisters in the human family.